G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Flashlight Crazy. Today I'm doing a video on all my Weltool products or models. And so if you don't like Weltool or you're not interested in learning anything about Weltool, change the channel. Otherwise, stick around because this is going to be an awesome video. Alright, well, today I'm going to talk a little bit about Weltool, the company, the brand. I'm going to explain why I like Weltool so much. I'm going to argue, not that this is my argument because I like all different types of lights, but I am going to present the argument that Weltool may be a torch brand that you only need, really. It kind of covers all bases. Now, I know a lot of other lights cover all bases, but the reason why I fell in love with Weltool is because they have such diversity in what different models do, outputs, color, temperatures, all sorts of stuff like that. But they seem to be able to do it using nothing but a single tactical style switch. And I'm very intrigued, interested, attracted, whatever you want to say, to tactical style lights. I like maybe one or two different lights to have an everyday carry side switch because it is more comfortable for just certain applications. Whereas 90% of the time when I'm using a light, I want to be using it with a tactical tail switch. And Weltool offers a vast range of diverse lights, all using one single tactical tail switch, whilst maintaining professionalism in the quality of build, bulletproof lights they put out. And to be honest, there's not many other companies that actually have such an amazing quality of finish and things like that. A couple of companies come to mind. Wolfeyes I've just been introduced to. I think they've got brilliant lights and brilliant machining and finishing and pure quality. Next Torch is another one. But there's not many brands like Weltool that are consistent in the quality of their lights. Every time you pick up a Weltool light, you know it's a Weltool just from feeling it. Shut your eyes, hand me 50 lights. I'll grab a Weltool and I'll think, yeah, that's a Weltool. The pocket clip is a dead giveaway because it's so tense. The smooth finish yet grippy on the heads. The grippy finishing and machining on the bodies and tail caps. The tail clickies, just from start to finish, they are a brilliant, brilliant brand. For anyone who knows Weltool, I'm not telling you anything new. And for anyone who doesn't know Weltool, stick around for the video because I hope it's going to be a good one and it's going to be very informative as well. All right, so what I'm going to do is talk a little bit about Weltool, the brand. I reached out to the owner, asked him to give me some information about Weltool that I could pass on to the viewers. And then I'll just go through the lights that I've got. You can buy all of these lights from the same place, so I'll tell you where to buy them a bit later. And then I might switch angles and show you a close-up of each of them. And then we'll go outside and do some night shots with every single one of them. So that's going to take a while. This video might take a few days, but especially with the weather at the moment. But let's get into it. All right, so forgive me for reading off my phone, but I'm going to read just the responses that I got from the owner. The owner's name is Danny Zhang. I reached out to him and I said, look, I want to do a video on Weltool. I'm very taken by Weltool. And I just asked him several questions about the company, how it got started, things like that. So this was his response. Very interesting. So from Danny Zhang, he said, I'm the founder and brand owner of Weltool. In 2007, my company, Dalian Gentilite Trade Co. Limited, sorry if I butchered that, Danny, was established. I started to sell various high-end brand flashlights, including Surefire, Streamlight, Pelican, Fenix, and Olight, and developed various flashlight technology. In 2016, the Weltool brand was born, and Weltool team spent 10 years mastering a lot of manufacturing experience. So already, this has now got 10 plus years of a team working tirelessly to bring you a perfection or perfected product. Now, I know a lot about flashlights because I sell so many. I know there are some problems with the current flashlight, so I hope Weltool can change these. When we founded Weltool, we hoped that Weltool would be the pioneer, not follower. So we produced the world's first LEP flashlight. Today, I have been engaged in the flashlight industry for 16 years, and I have accumulated a lot of experience and technology. The accumulation of 16 years has become my precious wealth, so the quality of Weltool products is first class. So that's all I got from him. I asked if I could mention him. He said yes. So thank you, Danny, for such brilliant products, and thank you for letting me talk about you and your journey and your history of this company. I find it fascinating. I hope other people do. I find it fascinating. All this stuff I find fascinating. I love the history and how things were born. I don't know about you guys at home or watching or wherever you are, but I would like to be a Danny Zhang one day. I love lights, and to break into the industry somehow and learn as much as I can, so then maybe one day I can be a Danny Zhang, somebody that is giving the public such brilliant lights, reliable, top quality for different applications. I mean, it's just it is an argument that can be made that Weltool is the only brand you need. Personally, I wouldn't like it if Weltool was the only brand that existed, because as I said, there are other brands out there that I'm actually very taken by as well. But the two that I just mentioned before, Wolfeyes and Nextorch, absolutely. But I mean, Fenix, man, that's awesome. Olight, you've got amazing brands out there. New brands are being built. So please don't take this video as me saying Weltool is all that you need and stop looking at other lights. I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to bring the appreciation of the magnificence of this company, because it is a magnificent company, and I've been extremely enthralled by their progression and watching new lights come out, and just all the lights that I've got from them. I mean, I've spent a lot of money on this for this. I spent a lot of money on this product for this company, towards this company. I've bloody putting kids through college probably and things like that. So, but I believe in the product, and I wanted to share that with the viewers. All right, so again, I'm sorry, I'm going to be looking down at my phone off and on because I can't memorize all the specs of all these lights, but I'm just going to go through each of the lights that I've got here and explain what they do and explain the difference in application that you can use them. So, starting with the Weltool T11. This is your dedicated thrower, okay? It's all you need for a thrower, in my opinion. It can be mounted on a weapon, used as a hunting light, or just sitting on your bench or your bedside, or up in the balcony or somewhere, and when you want to see somewhere far away, something far away, you've got your Weltool T11. Now, the T11 has a low of 297 lumens, which will last for 3.5 hours, and it has a high of 743 lumens, which will last for 1 hour and 40 minutes. It has a beacon mode as well, but it doesn't specify times. And it will reach, on high, it will reach 680 meters because it's pushed out by 115,700 candela. All right, so that's a quick look at it. I will do close-ups later on. Now, you might be wondering what the heck this is. This is a yellow diffuser that comes with the product. So that's the yellow diffuser there. That's on high. That's beacon. Now, all you got to do is flick that open, or you can take it off completely if you want, and then you've got the white light. There it is, and beacon. So, in terms of the company Weltool, it's like, okay, if I want to stick with Weltool for a bit, and I need a dedicated thrower, what am I going to choose? Well, you don't really need to look past the T11. It does everything that a dedicated thrower is going to do. Absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous spill on it. Same spill as the LH1. So I think, I don't want to get this wrong. I think both these LEDs are CSL NM1 LEDs. Oh, I hope I didn't get that wrong. I'm pretty sure they're the CSL NM1 LEDs. And coupling this LED with this gorgeous smooth reflector, massive on the T11 obviously, you get this magnificent spill. It is just so clear, so crisp, very, very useful out at night, which you'll see in the night shots, and it's just magnificent. It really is. All right, so we're moving on now to the W3 Pro. This is one of, I guess, Weltool's best-selling LEP lights, Now, the W3 Pro has a low of 102 lumens, which you'll get for 4 hours and 44 minutes. It has a high of 505 lumens, which you'll get for 2 hours. Now, 2 hours on high with an LEP, that's bloody good. Oh, that is with the 21700. Now, it just reminds me, pause for a second. All the specs I'm going to read out are the specs that are the specs of how you will receive the light. And what I mean by that is, for anyone who doesn't know Weltool, 90% of Weltool's products can be interchanged with different bodies. So what I mean by that is, I can take this light head off the 18650 body and put it on an 18350 body. Now that is going to affect run times. Same as with the W3 Pro, I can take the head off and put it on an 18650 body or an 18350 body. Now, as you go down in size of battery, you're going to sacrifice runtime. So the run times that I read out are as is when you buy them as is. And then if you start to chop and change light heads and bodies and things like that, you are going to experience a different runtime of each. So where was I? Yes, 505 lumens, 2 hours. Then you will get 1,205 meters of throw on high. And your candela rating is 363,375 candela. So here we have low with the W3 Pro. My apologies, that was high. This will come on in high every time. My apologies. That was high and this is low. Okay, so high, low. So what application could you use a W3 Pro in? Well, I know that there are people who serve that use LEPs in service. I know that. But I also know that LEPs can come in handy for people who have large areas of property, who want to be able to see up trees very far away, farmers, things like that, or want to scan the ground at an incredible distance for things like foxes, rabbits, whatever. An LEP can be very, very useful for that. So again, when you want something that throws extremely far but doesn't disturb everything else with large spill, you'd go for an LEP. Moving on, we have the T8 Plus. Now, I'm going to demonstrate the changing of bodies with the T8 Plus. So, the T8 Plus, I'll just read the specs. It has a low, comes on in low every time, and it has a low of 6 lumens, which will last for 210 hours. Then it goes straight into high. That's the next one. So high is 1,000 lumens, which you'll get for an hour and a half. Then if I off and on, it goes down to medium, drops down by 400 lumens, so you get 600 lumens, and you'll get that for 3.5 hours. So that'd be for if you wanted sustained output, then you wouldn't have it on 1,000 lumens, you'd have it on 600. Then one more off and on gets you to turbo mode. Turbo is 2,100 lumens, which you'll get for an hour, but it will step down. On turbo mode, you've got 613 meters of throw and 94,000 candela. So very, very impressive light this, and I would always use it on either low or high. I wouldn't need the 600, I probably wouldn't need the 2,000, even though it's great to have them there because there are times when you'd use them, but the majority of times, I like the low-high. Reason I like this light so much and the UI on this light so much is because I don't really like 21700 sizes, so I'm going to put that to one side. Now, I'm either going to grab the 18650 body, which comes on the T8, so you can buy a T8 Plus and then just buy a T8 body, and you've got the T8 and T8 Plus. Brilliant. Or, what I really like to do is go get the BB8 body, whack an 18350 battery in. I'm going to sacrifice runtime, yes, but now I've got a tiny, tiny light that has incredible outputs. I am going to sacrifice runtime, and I probably will sacrifice a level of output going from 21700 to 18350. But the UI, bang, 5 lumens, or was it 5 lumens? 6 lumens, sorry, which is perfect. Every time it comes on in 6 lumens, so I know I'm never going to accidentally blind myself. Map reading, that blinded me. The reason that blinded me is because I didn't wait long enough for it to reset to go back to 6 lumens. I hope it's resetted now. Yes. So, map reading, that was funny, that really blinded me. Map reading, 6 lumens, perfect. Close application, 6 lumens. But then, if I want a flash. Or, I'm 6 lumens and then I'm reading a map and then something's, catching my attention over there. It's like, well, hang on. What's that? Bang. 1,000 lumens of blinding light. SFT40, just bang. Such blinding light. Gorgeous, gorgeous reflector, everything like that. So T8 Plus, I mean, it is kind of like your all-in-one, but I very rarely would use it in the 21700 configuration. Maybe if it was a dedicated camping light or a dedicated light to just sit in the car, then yeah, maybe I'd leave it in the 21700 config. But I like my lights to be smaller. I like them to be pocketable, user-friendly, pocket-friendly, carry-friendly, things like that. So yeah, that's what I like to do. Look at that. That's just blinding. Alrighty, next one I have here is one I haven't even reviewed yet. It is the M8 Iron Fan. Yeah. Now, the M8 has a low of 80 lumens. You'll get that for 11 hours. It has a medium of 310 lumens, and you'll get that for 2.5 hours. And it has a high of 860 lumens, which you'll get for an hour and 48 minutes. On high, you'll get 573 meters of throw, and it has 32,050 candela. Now, this is what's so cool about this light, because you might be thinking by now, well, what's the difference between the T8 and the M8, for example, or T8 Plus and the M8? What's the difference between all these lights? Why do I need all these lights? Well, you don't need all of the lights, but it's useful to have several of them because you can dedicate each one to a different application. So, dedicated thrower, T11. Dedicated full-on thrower with no spill, W3 Pro. Dedicated multi-purpose, the T8, but in a smaller configuration I would use. Now the M8, look at that. That is your dedicated flood and throw. Now, how do I do this? There we go. So, that was flood that you just saw, and now that is throw. So, open up, you've got a very large hotspot there. Close it up, you've got a very tight hotspot that will go a lot further, obviously, because you're increasing the candela. So, that is what I love about this light. It is a 2-in-1, really. It's a floodlight, or flood-ish light. It's not floody, but it's a large hotspot, obviously accessing more area, illuminating more area, but also it offers you a very, very, I can even spin it with one hand, offers you a very, very easy option to spin the light head and go down to, go up to more candela, but less amount of light in one circle, obviously, because it'll be a smaller, tighter hotspot. So that was a great move of Weltool to bring this out. I think that zoomable lights can be very, very useful, and this would probably be great for like in the car or something like that, because you're just able to switch it on and give it a zoom in or out to be able to access more area, more surface area with your light. And it's a really cool thing to offer, and I'm a big fan of it. All right, moving on. Now, anyone who wanted to kind of engage in a debate about somebody saying, well, Weltool's the only light brand you really need, their best argument would be that Weltool does not have a floodlight. Okay, so, and I would understand that argument, because as far as now, I haven't seen a dedicated flooder from Weltool. So this light would be the closest, I would say, to a floodlight. It is the T19. It has a low of 25 lumens, which you'll get for 40.5 hours, and it has a high of 2,050 lumens, which you'll get for an hour and 10 minutes with a step down. You'll get 327 meters of throw on high, and it has 27,000 candela on high. Now, the T19 is a warm white light, or neutral white. I think it's warm. And it's more of a mixed beam. You couldn't call it a flood, and I'm not calling it a floodlight, but as far as what Weltool has to offer, this would be the floodiest light you've got. See the size of the hotspot and the spill. That's only going to grow as you move it away from your target. And so this is what I would use for a flooder if I was only using Weltool. Obviously, there's other lights that are going to flood the place with light much better than this. But in terms of just Weltool, this would be the light, the T19 would be the light that I would reach for to get your flood. Now, great thing about this as well, I was very iffy about it at first, but then I kind of looked into it. Somebody explained it to me a bit better, and I actually like what they've done. It'll always come on in high in the 2050 lumens, which is great because it is a tactical light. But if you hit the tail switch 4 times and then click, 1, 2, 3, 4, click, you get your low mode. And you, as I said, low mode 25 lumens. So that's really cool because you do have the option to get a low mode, but you're never going to accidentally access the low mode. You can momentary all you want. You're never going to accidentally get it. You have to very intentionally 1, 2, 3, 4 low. There we go. So again, great light. I actually use this light for when I'm going out the back to clean up the dog poo because it just spreads very, very well. And I don't really have to point it in any one direction. I just turn the light on, just scan, and I see the poo on the ground, I go pick it up. So, great light. Next is the T2 TAC. All right, so there's the T2, which is the multi-purpose light. T2 TAC, tactical light. So, I'll do the T2 TAC first. This is in green, and this has an SFT40 LED, smooth reflector. It has a low mode of 53 lumens, which you'll get for 22.5 hours, and a high mode of 1900 lumens, which you'll get for 1 hour and 21 minutes. Now, 431 meters of throw on high you'll get, and it has 46,500 candela on high. This is what it looks like on high. Absolutely blinding, white light, and gorgeous hotspot, gorgeous spill, but then same as the T19, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you've got your low mode of your 53 lumens. So again, it is a dedicated tactical light with a hidden low mode because we all need low mode sometimes. Difference between the T2 TAC and the T2 is the UI. That's pretty much it. It does have a difference in lumens and candela, but not by much. They are identical looking, except for the colors here, but they are literally identical looking. And the T2 has a low mode of 5 lumens, which you'll get for 48 hours. It has a medium mode of 400 lumens, which you'll get for 1 hour and 20 minutes. And it has a high mode of 1730 lumens, which you'll get for 50 minutes. On high, you'll get 412 meters, and it has 42,050 candela. So, on high, we're talking 1730 lumens, the T2, 1900, the T2 TAC. 412 meters for the T2, 431 meters for the T2 TAC, of throw that is, and 42,450 candela for the T2, and 46,500 candela for the T2 TAC. So just a bit of a bump up in everything. Doesn't have a medium mode and only has a hidden mode is the T2 TAC, whereas the T2 is much better for your multi-purpose light. You get it to low, leave it on low, it's got memory mode. You know it's going to come on in low because you've left it on in low, but you've got the ability to momentary or constant on until you get to the output you want and then you leave it. So depending on your application, you know, this could be used next to the bed, blinding light, could be taken out with you, sketchy neighborhood, left in the car, whatever. You're going to get 1900 lumens of craziness with the T2 TAC, whereas with the T2, much more of a practical application and 18650. So I forgot to say the Weltool T11 18650, W3 Pro 21700, T8 Plus 21700, and then the M8, T19, T2, and T2 TAC so far all 18650s. Again, they can be changed, most of them into 18350s, but this is how they come. All right, next in line is the Weltool T14B. This has a CUL PM1 LED, if I'm not saying that incorrectly. I think that's it. I don't have it in front of me. CUL PM1, I think, yes. Now this is 5,700 kelvins, so it is warm light. It's a single output light, neutral light, not warm, sorry, neutral. Single output light. You have 1,250 lumens, which you'll get for 1.5 hours. It has a 578 meter throw because it has a whopping 83,900 candela. 83,900 candela. Single output light, weapon mounted light if you want. Otherwise, just a light to see a very far way away in a compact package. You can swap this out for one of the 18350 bodies that I've got over here. It's a great way to just swap and change it depending on the size of light you want. So in fact, I'll just demonstrate that very quickly. So I'll put it on the BB6 body that comes on in the stock T13G light. So now that is an 18350. So you do save that much space, probably about 2 or 3 centimeters you'll save. Now that's an 18350. You will sacrifice lumens and runtime, but you've got a much more pocketable light than the 18650, and it's a lot lighter as well. All right, moving on, the brother or the sister of the T14B is the T14C. Now, T14C is a 6,500 Kelvin light instead of a 5,700. So this is very bright white light. This, for a long time, has been my dedicated self-defense light, whether I'm out, whether it's next to the bed, because the mix of lumens and candela for me is perfect for just blinding light. And I've tested it because I've stupidly shined myself in the eyes and got people to shine me in the eyes because I want to know what's best. So it's got to happen to me. So the T14C has a SFT40, whereas the T14B has a CUL PM1. And this has 1750 lumens, which you'll get for an hour and a half, whereas the T14B has 1250 lumens, which you'll also get for an hour and a half. T14C will get you 553 meters, whereas the B will get you 578 meters. And the C has 77,000 candela, whereas the B has 83,000 candela. The reason I choose the C over the B for my self-defense light is because it is an SFT40, so it's got a brighter, larger hotspot. Whereas the PM1 has, it's not a great shot there because I'm so close, but the PM1 has a smaller, tighter hotspot with more candela. So for that reason, that's more of a throwy light. Whereas, I mean, this still throws a long way, but SFT40, great for blinding. It's pretty much a go-to LED for self-defense for me. Again, as like the T14B, you can change this into 18350 configurations if you want. So again, it just gives you that option to be able to swap and change, get something smaller, more pocketable, and then put it back on the 18650 for when you're next to bed or something like that. All right, next light, we have the W35 with the LH3 head on it. This is an LEP, there it is there. This has 335 lumens, which you'll get for 50 minutes in the 18350 configuration, but you can swap it to 18650 and get more runtime out of it. It'll reach 886 meters, and it is pushed out by 196,275 candela. Now, the reason why I love this is because unlike the W3 Pro, this one, the LH3 head, grows in size of hotspot a lot quicker than the W3 Pro will. Now, that's not a great example there, but when I take them outside, you will see the difference. The LH3 has a much more clean, circular, almost projector-looking hotspot, and anything in that hotspot is either utterly blinded if it's alive, or if it's not, is perfectly illuminated. So this would be good for up to 200 to 300 meters of clarity when you need to see something at around that far. Anything further, you're going to struggle anyway because we're humans and our eyes aren't the best. But up until 200-300 meters, this light would be the go-to because it just gets so big and it's just this perfect projector, like crisp circle, which is great. W3 Pro is also great as well, but I like this one for closer applications, whereas a bit further, I'd be going the W3 Pro definitely. Now, this is on the 18350 configuration, but you can put it in 18650 configuration, but the head is very long, so putting it in the 18650 configuration will really extend the length of it. Next, we have the W35A. So that was the W35 configuration. Well, not really, because the W35 configuration is a weapon-mounted light. W35A configuration is also a weapon-mounted light. I don't use weapons, so I don't need those mounts. So I've got them both on the BB6 bodies with the TC70 tail caps, full output tail caps. Now, the W35 is the LH1 head. This is the one I was saying earlier is basically the smaller version of the T11. It is a single output light there. Look at that. It has the NM1, the CSL NM1, I think. Yes. It has 686 lumens, which you'll get for 45 minutes. It will reach 597 meters, and it has 89,600 candela. Absolutely smashing. Just gorgeous. Great light. Very light as well. It's really light, this one. It's small, it's light. On an 18350 configuration, it's just perfect. And it comes in an 18350 configuration as well. So those specs are what you get for 18350. If you put it on 18650, runtime's gonna boost. 89,000 candela. Insane. It's so good. And that's the thing as well. I can hear the arguments already starting. Why do you need all of them? You don't. Honestly, you don't. I'm a nutcase. I've got them. I love them. But you don't. You don't need all of them. You could choose one or two from each category. So, you know, your LEP, which would you go? The LH3 or the Weltool or the W3 Pro, depending on how far you wanted to see, would basically make your decision on whether you wanted the LH3 or the W3 Pro. Your dedicated thrower could be the T11, but to be honest, it could also be the W35A, the LH1 head. It could also be one of the T14s, T14B or C. I mean, to be honest, the T11 does have the best amount of throw, and it's got the tightest hotspot, so that when it goes far away, it still is just screaming hot. That would definitely be my dedicated thrower. But then you could argue as well, for a multi-purpose light, what would you prefer, the T2 or the T8 Plus? That's a fair enough question. I mean, you can put the T8 Plus on an 18350 body, but the head is massive compared to the T2. Look at that. So the difference in size, heads, and weight would be a lot. So then you got to ask yourself, well, which one do I need? The point I'm making is they've covered 90% of bases of someone's torch needs, and they've done it by using nothing more than a tactical tail switch, which I love. Where was I? Oh yeah, so I'm up to now your inside light, the T13G with the LH5 head. I've always got to mention the heads because the heads can be removed and put on a different body. So that's the T13G configuration in the BB6 body, and the can't remember this tail cap, but it comes on the T13G. This is your warm light. So this is 4,000 kelvins. Low and high always comes on in low. Low is 34 lumens, which you'll get for 11 hours and 15 minutes. Thank you very much, with the 18350 battery. High there is 640 lumens, which you'll get for 40 minutes. So if you want to extend that runtime, chuck an 18650 body on it and you're good to go. You'll get 239 meters of throw, and you'll get 14,300 candela. This little guy right here is my dedicated inside light, for sure. It's just perfect for indoors. It's great for around the house. Nice, beautiful color. Not going to blind you bouncing off walls and things like that. 4,000 kelvins. It's just great. Orange peel reflector. Really beautiful mixed beam. Check that out. And yeah, just a nice light. I really like this light. And yeah, that can be your indoor, dedicated indoor. Last, but certainly not least, is the T1 Pro. This is a fairly new one. And this is basically your pocket's best friend. It is a tiny light, very, very pocketable, very light in weight, and it is an absolute beast for its size. So this has a medium, then high, and then a hidden low, like the T2 TAC and the T19. So we'll go the hidden low first. 1, 2, 3, 4, low. Now, low is 86 lumens, which you'll get for 8 hours and 42 minutes. Beautiful. Then this will always come on in medium. So medium mode is 365 lumens, which you'll get for an hour and 10 minutes. Remember, it's in a 14500 battery, so those run times are pretty generous. And then if I off and on quickly, you get to high mode. That's 540 lumens, which you'll get for 38 minutes. Now, unfortunately, you can't put this on an 18650 or 18350 to extend the run times, right? But, I forgot to say, 290 meters of throw on high, and 21,060 candela on high. 21,060 candela on high. 14,500 light. Just mull that over for a second. 14,500 light can pump out that much. This is a thrower for this size, as well as a close application, especially on your low mode. There it is. Low mode's great. Close applications, doesn't bounce off too much. It's not a warm light, but I reckon it's about 5,700 Kelvin, so it's not like a, bounce off the wall bright white light. So what you can do with this light is you can undo the tail cap, take out the lithium battery, put on your BB7 extension body, and then put in 2 alkaline batteries. So don't put in 2 lithium batteries. I don't know why, but it says on the BB7 body, it says BB7 2AA extension tube cannot use 14500 lithium ion battery. So I honestly don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it will wreck the light. Maybe it just won't turn on. I really don't know, but I don't want to find out. So I'm just going to believe the messaging and not do it. So I've got 2 just alkaline batteries in here, just AA's, and same UI, but you're just going to, I think you're going to lose out on some outputs a bit. I don't know by how much. There's your low, and I also don't know if you're going to get extended runtime. I would assume you would, because you've got 2 batteries instead of 1, but I don't know, because when I got this body, it didn't come with, a set of specs instructions saying, oh, this is your runtime for 2 alkaline batteries now. So I don't know, but I think it's really cool that you can turn this into a 2x AA or a 1x AA. It's just friggin' awesome. So that option is just great. This is the thing about Weltool as well. They're like dead set on giving you options. It's not just like, buy this light and this is the size of it and this is how you can use it and that's it. Yes, some of those lights are like that. An example of that would be the T2 TAC, for example. You can't remove the head of the T2 TAC. Well, we can't. I'm sure they can at the manufacturing area, but we can't. So for that reason, you're not going to be able to change this. This is how it is. 18650, like it or lump it. This is how you're going to use this light. The T2 TAC, the T2, you can remove the head, but I've actually tried it on 18350 bodies and it doesn't work. So I don't know why, but maybe it's got to do with the amps in the tail cap that have to be aligned with. I don't know. I truly don't know. But so far, I haven't been able to get it to work on a 18350 body. So stuck with 18650. Not that I'm complaining. Obviously, the T11. Head doesn't come off, so I don't think it comes off actually. Yeah, it doesn't come off, so you're not going to change that out for anything. The M8, don't think the head comes off either. No, it doesn't. So it zooms, but it doesn't come off. So again, stuck with 18650. But for the rest of them, W3 Pro, T8 Plus, the T19, change that. T14B, T14C, LH3 head, LEP, LH1 head, the LED, and LH5 head, they can all be put on 18350 or 18650, and the T8 Plus and the W3 Pro can be put on 18350, 18650, 21700. So, come on, the options that you get, realistically, you could buy, direct from Weltool, you could buy an 18650 body for the T8 and T8 Plus. You could buy an 18350 body, one of 2, for the T8 and T8 Plus as well, right? Then, all you would need to do is buy the W3 Pro head, the T8 Plus head, the T8 head, if you wanted to, or you wouldn't even need to, sorry, you've got the T8 with the 18650. T8 Plus head, and then you've got yourself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different lights with only a few bodies and 2 light heads. Same with the rest of them, really. You could buy 18650 body, 18350 body, and then buy T19 head, LH8 head, the other LH8 head, 6500 Kelvin, the LH3 LEP head, the LH1 light head, the LH5 light head, and you would have like 7 or 8 lights, all different configurations, just with 2 bodies, and then the rest of the heads. So I'm very taken by this company, and I hope you can see now why. All right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch views and let's do some close-ups of each of the lights. I might change some configurations around to show you what they'll look like, and then we'll go do some night shots, and then we'll come back for final thoughts. All right, so here they all are. Let me just move some things so I've got some room to play. All right, so I did say I'll show you up close. All right, so here is the T11. Now, just take that up. Look at that. Weltool T11. Demon Carver. Love some of the names they come up with. So, 18650 body. Absolutely gorgeous light. Check that. That is the, I think it's the NM1. Yeah, the CSL NM1. Or KSL NM1. I think it's KSL NM1. All these names of LEDs, they trip me out. But NM1, I think, is the suffix of it. So, great dedicated thrower. As you can see, not too big at all. Very, very useful. I like to leave it just on this this diffuser there because you just flick it open and you're good to go. And it's just absolutely crazy, crazy light. Just really tight hotspot. Absolutely gorgeous. And then you got the yellow to cut through your fog and misty nights and things like that. There's your W3 Pro LEP. So very, very large in the 21700 configuration, but I just undo this and you can put it on the 18650 configuration, which as you can see there is much smaller and thinner. There it is, a lot thinner. But what I actually prefer to do is put it on the 18350. I'll get a battery in, put it on an 18350. And you've got choices with the 18350. You've got the BB8 or you've got this one. I don't know what this actually is, doesn't say it, but it's just a different style of 18350. So it's really, really nice. And it just, shortens the size of it and just makes it more compact. How cool is that? I might just leave that there in that configuration for now. Next, we've got the T8 Plus. Again, open it up, take the head off, put the 18650 body onto it. Now you've got yourself a T8 because they're basically the same thing, just with different bodies. Then, if you don't even want that, you chuck on a 18350 body. And, it does look a bit weird because the head is the same size as the body. But again, who cares? It is perfectly small and still does everything you want it to do. So that's just, again, such a cool thing. There is the M8 Zoom Bull, and that cannot be changed. You are stuck with your 18650 configuration. But look at that. Just gorgeous. Look at that. Beautiful. Now, T19. So that's the 18650 configuration. Really beautiful light. But take off the head. And let's swap it out with the LH5. So we're putting it on a BB6 body here. Now, you've got yourself a BB6 body. Oh, no, that's flashing because the battery is saying you're killing me. So that's fair enough. But that is your 18350 body with the T19. And of course, I am killing the battery, so I will let the battery chill. T2 tack, you are not going to change this at all, but how beautiful is that? Especially in the green, just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful bezel, just lovely. Then you've got your T2. Again, like I said, I've tried to change this on the 18350 bodies, but it doesn't work, so I don't know what it is about that. I'm not a light technician, but I'm sure there's a good reason why. Now, if we go the LH8, this is the PM1 LED, so this is the 5700 Kelvin, and you just pull off the light head, chuck it on the BB6. BB6 is a good 18350 body for all these heads because it just fits basically all of them. And there you've got that light. Oh, so the battery's maybe not running out. Oh, maybe it's just because this draws a lot of power. That's probably what it would be. The T19 draws a lot of power. And so for that reason, it can't handle this battery can't handle it, but you'd have to just charge it up or something. But look at that. That's just 18350 body with the LH8, one of the LH8 heads. Exact same with this, all right? So I don't have to demonstrate it because it's the exact same, but that is the difference in size that you're getting. So far more pocketable, this one is. Just awesome. Now, LH3. So this is the LEP in the 18350 body, full power tail cap. But if you want to extend the runtime, grab yourself an 18650 body with an 18650 battery inside it, put it on, and then you've just extended your run times of that LEP. And so that is the difference in size. So you're adding, it'd probably be there because it screws in. So you're adding a couple of centimeters on the end. So it does become a relatively big light, as I said. Look at how much that's coming out. But that's because the head is enormous. That's how long the head is. It's basically as long as the 18650 body. So, but you need that length to get the technology, crammed in there. So you got this beautiful LEP light. All right, next, the LH1, absolutely beautiful. The BB6 body. Oh, the reason I've got this tape on it is because this tail cap, as well as the TC70 tail cap, will fit a switchback on it. But I just like to put some electric tape so it doesn't spin. Thank you, Jeff, if you're watching. Now, that is obviously that beautiful LED there. But if you want extended run times, take it off the 18350, whack it on the 18650. And then look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Quite a large light head as well, but you need that for the technology you're asking for. And you've just extended your run times with that. So there you go. And lastly, we've got the T1 Pro. Look at this little guy. Absolutely splendid. Chuck it in your pocket. Don't even know it's there. And if you want to extend it, you can. I'll just show you what it looks like. But again, I don't know. Maybe I should reach out to Danny and ask him why you can't use lithium ions. It'll probably just be because it doesn't work. The light will probably just not turn on or something. I mean, I hope it wouldn't damage it, but maybe it would. I seriously don't know. It's just, look at this sight. Look at that now. So it just becomes a lot bigger. And I should have asked him before this video if 2 alkaline batteries would extend the run times or anything, or what's the point really in using a 2 times AA if it's not going to extend the run time. So I should have asked him that. I apologize about that. All right, there you have it. Looks like a bit of a mess, but all these lights are interchangeable, or most of them are interchangeable. Chuck them on an 18350, chuck them on an 18650, chuck some of these bad boys on a 21700, different run times, outputs, all that sort of stuff. Weltool, it's an amazing brand, amazing company. They have amazing products. Let's take them outside, see what they can do, and then come back for some final thoughts. See you in a sec. All right, out here with the Weltools, and this is first and foremost, we've got the T8 Plus. So there are all the Weltools there, and this is the T8 Plus. So let's just check it out on low. Looking pretty nice. Gorgeous hot spot. And then bang, bang. Now we've got 1,000 lumens. Thank you very much, if you don't mind. And then we're gonna go back to, I believe it's 600 lumens. Yep. Really good. And let's just check it over here actually. Hello. Look at that spill. Nice. Okay, now let's go to the tower and we'll go full power. Oh yeah. Look at that. Getting the top with ease. Shining bright. SFT 40. Beautiful. Cannot escape it. Not even down all the way back there at the fence. Just can't escape it. All right. So that is the T8 Plus. Now I've got to make sure I know which ones I've already used. So I'll put it over here. All right, no particular order. We've got the W3 Pro. Look at that. And that is on, that was high. Okay, so that's high. W3 Pro on high. No dramas at all. All the way there. Nice, nice, nice. And then low. Low still reaching to the back of that fence, no problem. Back of that building. Let's get it on high at that fence. Nice. Great LEP this. Really nice. It's grown on me a lot, this one. All right, what do we got here? That is the LH8 head, and I'm gonna say with the SFT40, the 6,500 Kelvin. So that is the T14C. Very similar to the T8 Plus, actually. Let's just do a bit of a comparison. There we go. So, so T8 Plus on the left, and okay, so we've got the T8 Plus on the right and the T14C on the left there. Nice. Okay, T14C, very nice. Single output, very nice. Down there, yep, you ain't hiding from that. All right, now let's go the T14B now. Where are you? Here. Oh no, that's the T14C. So the T14B was already, I thought it looked like a bit different. My apologies, everybody. That was the T14B. This is the T14C, the 6,500 Kelvin. So, yeah, very nice. All right, so let's get, all right, T14B on the left, T14C on the right. Nice. Gotcha. Yeah, T14B's got more throw. Yep, okay. Glad we figured that out. All right, T14C again. Okay, what do we got now? Oh yeah, that's the LH1 head. Friggin' beautiful. LH1 head. Thank you very, very, very much. Yep. Oh, look at the spill, man. I still stand by it. Best spill ever. Best spill in a light head. Crazy. Ridiculous how good it is. All right, that is the T11 with the yellow diffuser. And now, bang, T11, no yellow diffuser. Oh, and that spill is just as beautiful, if not even a little bit more beautiful than the LH1. Look at it, it's just, looks like a mirror almost. Insane. So nice. That is such a nice light. All right, T1 Pro, that's on medium. And that's on high. Is it getting there? Yep, it's getting there. Just. Very, very enormous spill for the tiny size of it. Crazy. So cool. Oh yeah. All right. What do we got now? T2 tack. Beautiful. That's an enormous hotspot. Absolutely enormous. Absolutely enormous. Oh, very powerful. Look at that. Okay. Oh yeah, the Rash, T19. Beautiful. Beautiful. High CRI. Just beautiful. Gorgeous mixed beam. Look at that. What a spread. What a spread. And then let's just Oh yeah, the M8 zoomable. All right, so that's getting there. It's getting there with ease. Thank you very much. Nice. Getting to the back of the fence there with ease, and now let's zoom it. Cool. Okay, there, zoom it. Nice. That's cool. All right. Oh yeah, one of my absolute favorites. LH5 head. That's on low. That's on high. Beautiful warm color. Just beautiful. Such a great light. Mixed beam, warm color. Wow, it's even getting to the top of the tower. I mean, look at that. Look at the color rendering. Beautiful. Back to low. Back to high. Sensational, that is. Low. High. All right, last but not least, arguably my favorite LEP, the LH3 head. Just a projector. Look at that. Look at that, just a projector. Great for self-defense, this. This will be making an appearance in my self-defense video because this is brilliant. Look at the size of that hot spot at such a close distance. That is covering someone's face, no dramas. Very, very cool. Absolutely awesome. All right, that's the Weltools. I'm sorry I didn't have the T2. I had the T2 tack, but I'd already sent the T2 off to the winner for from the giveaway. So that's my bad, guys. Apologize. All right, see ya. All right, welcome back. So honestly, the performance speaks for itself. It speaks for itself. When I read out what Danny sent to me about the company, you can take that to the bank. They are quality lights that you can see the decades of technology and work that has been put into these lights when you pick them up and when you use them, because you can see the performance and how brilliant they are. So now every single one of these lights, except for the T14C at the moment. So yeah, the T14C with the SFT40 light, so the LH8 head with the SFT40, the cool white, 6,500 kelvins. Excluding that one for a second, all of these other ones are available at lightshop.com.au. I'm going to link each and every individual light in the description below so that you can just click on it. It'll take you straight to Lightshop and you can check it out. The only one that you can't get from Lightshop at the moment, but I've been told that they'll be stocking basically every Weltool product, is the LH8 6,500 Kelvin with the SFT40. So you can get that directly from Weltool, which I'll link as well, directing you straight to Weltool. But apart from that, Lightshop has you covered with your Weltool needs, basically. I'd love to hear some comments about, you know, what your experiences are with Weltool. All right, I hope you enjoyed the video. I bloody loved it. And until next time, guys, stay cool and stay safe. See ya.